Teasel's Tudor Trivia!
Hi, welcome to today's Teasel's Tudor Trivia with me, Claire, and Teasel the dog, who might end up going to sleep halfway through this. She's looking a bit sleepy. It's a hard life. Now, you may have seen the Horrible Histories sketch, A Stupid Death. It's one of my favourite sketches. My kids always laugh at it too. They share stories of weird and wonderful deaths from history. It's really funny in a rather dark way, if death can be funny. Anyway, it inspired Teasel and I to share with you a few stupid deaths from the Tudor period. Now, in 1552, Henry Pert from Welbeck in Nottinghamshire shot himself with his own bow. He drew his bow to its full extent with the aim of shooting straight up into the air. Don't get too bored, Teasel. The arrow lodged in the bow, and while he was leaning over to look and sort it out, the arrow was released. Oof, not nice. Thomas Curtis of Bilderston in Suffolk, he was killed in June 1556 when he took off his hat and invited a bowman to try and hit it. You can guess what happened, how he got killed. Not sensible. Now, here's a festive one for you, although it is rather nasty and might make some of you go, ooh. According to a contemporary account, and I'm going to read the contemporary account to you here, John Hipper was playing Christmas games on Boxing Day 1563 at about 6 p.m. with diverse other parishioners at Houghton in Hampshire in the house of Thomas Purdue of Houghton, husbandman. While playing, he involuntarily crushed himself and injured his testicles, so that by reason of his old bodily infirmity, he became ill and languished until about 3 a.m. on the 28th of December, when he died. Now, I'd love to know what Christmas games he was playing to end up crushing himself and his testicles. Sounds really nasty. Then in 1523, we have a drunken Cambridge baker who was relieving himself when he fell backwards into the cesspit and drowned. That sounds like a really awful way to go as well. Football. Now, this caused all kinds of silly deaths and horrible accidents. Football was very dangerous, not only because of rough tackles, which could cause all kinds of injuries, head injuries and all sorts, and collisions, but also because people would trip over things like molehills, because they wouldn't play on a nice flat football field. They were just playing on open countryside. So molehills could cause people to fall and hit their heads. And also because in that time, people would carry a knife with them to eat with. You would have your own knife that you took around with you and you used at meal times. And they would put this in their belt for when they were playing football. And you can imagine what might happen if you fell over and your belt kind of, yeah, you'd end up stabbing yourself. So lots of deaths through playing football. And those are just a few of the really silly accidents and deaths from the Tudor time, but we thought we'd just share those with you today. Teasel's not impressed. She's going to sleep. Thank you for joining us. Bye-bye.
Teasel's Tudor Trivia!